is the driving force to bring about any change in society. They are the basis for future development and revolution. The I Lead India Youth Brigade initiative by Times of India that spanned over 2 months and saw a participation of more than 20,000 applicants is an activist program that sought to mobilize the youth to make them the agents of change.
I Lead India!
Ranging from large metros such as Mumbai and Delhi to smaller cities like Madurai and Lucknow. In the last 2 months, these youth brigades across 27 cities in India have impacted their immediate neighborhood and inspired people to drive change in the areas that are critical to them on a daily basis.
ना देखो पता डस्टबिन का है फेंक दे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता जैसा रिलीज वैसा घर.
We now bring to you the stories of some of the best performing youth brigades across the nation. With the task of saving the mangroves in and around Vashi mini seashore from being destroyed and ensuring that they are kept clean.
कूड़ेदान में से खाना खाने की वजह से हुई गाय और भैंस की मौत.
The Navi Mumbai Youth Brigade took on the responsibility of cleaning the holding pond, fencing mangroves and desilting the pond.
Lead India movement, we started off with several activities on the mini seashore. So our first activity was a clean-up drive, and it was not only to make people aware of how dirty the place has become and how littering has become a serious issue, but it was also to clean the area once so that we can appeal to the NMMC later to install more dustbins and have a thorough cleanup with desilting of the pond and everything.
Message was that environmental safety, the general cleanliness and awareness, which is actually lacking. Everyone just knows what it is if asked. However, it so happens that it is forgotten. We don't implement it. The practicality is missing. So we just wanted that maybe by doing this kit, we can reach out to people more.
By now, desilting of the pond has been successfully completed. Dustbins and temporary fences have been installed at the mangroves with the help of NMMC and the Mayor of Navi Mumbai.
This campaign not only has brought change in the youth around us, but it has also brought a change in us as well. Like, we are also becoming more and more aware about what all is happening around our surroundings, as well as since we are leading it, so we are also making others aware about it. Since I was a part of it, my family was aware about the campaign. Many other families were aware about the same campaign through me, and so on.
The Madurai Youth Brigade took up the task of restoring the Salute tank, a tank that measures 95 acres and is the only water source for 40,000 families and 2 lakh people. This tank is also the habitat of about 37 to 40 species of birds and numerous underwater creatures. Currently, the 95-acre area has shrunk to just about 70 acres, of which only 40 acres is the catchment area. Losing even one species in the food chain can disturb the entire ecosystem of the lake, and hence the life of people on the banks of the lake.
The first task that we ever did was we brought in 10 JCBs with the help of various stakeholders, various business people, and those people who are all like-minded and who really like to help us. We brought them all in. We joined hands with a lot of other NGOs, social forums and those kind of people, and we brought 10 JCBs in a single day, and we cleared this area out. What you're seeing now was not how the lake was initially. There was open defecation going on around here, these kind of cattle going on here, pigs which come and stray here. So obviously the water here was not potable. Hence we thought the first work that we ever had was cleaning this.
We just don't see this particular lake as a water storing body. We also see it as a habitat of a number of living organisms. We don't want to disturb even a single food chain in this lake, and we also would like to take this to the people and approach them sensibly so that they can realize and they can make and this can make an impact in their lives so that throughout the years they would continue to protect this lake.
The youth brigade has planted trees along the length of the bank that would serve as a fence and lead to strengthening banks with the roots holding the soil tight against silting.
We're not going to leave it to this. And what we believe is that when better is possible, good is not good enough. So this is not where we're going to leave this lake at. We're going to keep on watching it. This lake will always be under constant surveillance by our team and also by the volunteer organization that we're going to leave behind.
Ranchi, the seat of power of a state which possesses about 40% of India's mineral wealth, looked scary after sundown because most of its lanes and by-lanes were without street lights.
Our task was to install new street lights and repair the street lights which are not in proper condition in Ranchi. So basically we started with a survey and we surveyed some important areas of Ranchi, and as you know that Ranchi is Ranchi is capital of Jharkhand, so it has to be well lit because since being capital, it is hub for so many things, so many activities. So we collaborated with RMC, we conducted several on-ground events and as well as lots of online campaigns, and finally we accomplished this task of making Ranchi shine.
With the support of Ranchi Municipal Corporation, the Ranchi Youth Brigade's efforts have seen more than 2,000 street lights being repaired or installed on the streets of Ranchi. After their survey and request to the RMC has proposed to the government that it install 1,100 eco-friendly LED lights on the prime cities of Ranchi. The brigade has also convinced RMC to file another proposal for 27 high-mast lights to be replaced with LED lights.
So in total, the project cost was 2.15 crores, and due to the pressure created by the Youth Brigade team here, the RMC sent a proposal of 2.75 crores to the central government for the eco-friendly LED lights, and after that the rest 631 sodium vapor lights which were removed from those areas where LED lights were installed. Those sodium vapor lights were distributed among the 55 wards of Ranchi city. So on an average, each ward got around 10 to 15 sodium vapor lights.
Today's youth is very aware, I think, what happens around them and what needs to change and all the glitches in the system. Youth wants an answer from all the authorities, and I think they are very well responsible and responsive towards the system. So the youth really needs to get more involved. It's about the time is over when the youth sits in their TV, in front of their TVs and discusses with their friends. I think they need to come in the forefront and do something about it. The time is off to just discuss. It's the time for action.
I don't think the youth needs to join an NGO or start a campaign to tackle issues around them. All they have to do is just roll up their sleeves, and we just need to get down and start doing things in our very own little way that we can. Like if it's about cleanliness, then we can just look for the next available dustbin rather than throwing things on the road. We don't need to really start a campaign with the BMC for it. And if the issue is about women empowerment, then we don't need to go around asking and telling people and putting it on Facebook and Twitter. All we need to do is start respecting women around us in our offices and at our homes and try to make them more empowered. I think that's where it begins.
48 years after a forgotten Gandhian legacy, the Mayor's Cup Cleanest Pole contest was discontinued in Ahmedabad. The word pole suggests a traditional gated residential community in Gujarati. And the youth of the Ahmedabad Youth Brigade convinced the municipal corporation to revive the Cleanest Pole contest.
So they are the agents of change. So the agents of the change are the maker of the society. So they are the most paramount part of the society.
In the previous segment, we witnessed youth from cities like Navi Mumbai, Madurai and Ranchi taking charge to bring about a change in society. Let's see what Patna and Lucknow did to see a desired change in their surroundings.
The first step the youth should take in order to make the changes in society is the change, is the idea of equality. Till the time we are not having the idea of equality regarding gender, regarding classes, then nothing can happen. And youth as a student should strive for an equal society. So they are the agents of change. So the agents of the change are the maker of the society. So they are the most paramount part of the society.
Being a youth, I feel, you are going to be the future of the country. So if you see something wrong is happening around you, don't think about arey wo kya bolega ya ye kya bolega. Go ahead, help a person. If you see that there's garbage lying around, or someone in the train, usually this happens with me, someone in the train is throwing something outside the window, make sure that you don't care about what the people around you will think. Go tell that person, that dude, this is what you're doing, this is wrong.
So we should actively participate in, call it movements, call it organizations, call it NGOs, or any kind of practices which are happening. Contribute in any way, direct or indirect, maybe by donations, maybe by awareness, maybe by educating uneducated people in every possible way.
Patna did not have adequate bus shelters, which often put commuters in trouble, especially during monsoons. Third-party bus shelter construction was stopped in Patna since the financial year 2001-2002.
We got the task of constructing bus shelters near schools and colleges. From past 10 to 12 years, the construction of bus shelters had been stopped in Patna. To start with the whole task, we did an initial survey to find out where did the public actually wanted these bus shelters to get constructed.
For the first time since then, the Patna Youth Brigade has been successful in getting the elusive approval from PMC for a third-party bus shelter construction. The brigade has bagged a sponsorship commitment of Rs 14,80,000 from the Bank of Baroda, Bank of India, LIC, RCD and Nayuva Group for constructing 7 bus shelters.
Overall journey has been like a very full of ups and downs. Since we went to different schools and colleges, basically focusing upon the public awareness programs and getting the clearances from government authorities, then to collecting sponsorship from different corporate houses.
We went for on-ground activities like street plays, visited colleges, reviewed campus, connected with students and youths of Patna and wherever we can.
48 years after a forgotten Gandhian legacy, the Mayor's Cup Cleanest Pole contest was discontinued in Ahmedabad. The word pole suggests a traditional gated residential community in Gujarati, and the youth of the Ahmedabad Youth Brigade convinced the municipal corporation to revive the Cleanest Pole contest.
So far in this campaign, we have revived Mayor's Cup. It's a Gandhian tradition started by Hari Prasad, a Gandhian follower. It is for the cleanest pole competition. We have our support from AMC.
The Youth Brigade also appointed Pole Mitras in more than 200 poles. These Pole Mitras are resident volunteers who act as litter police and coordinate with the civic authorities and help preserve the neighborhood heritage.
We started this youth brigade with the task of cleaning the city. What we are dealing here is not with just the littering habits of people. We are dealing with the mentality of the people. When we went around the streets, there were lorries around the place in the fruit market. What we did was, they were littering the waste on the ground. We gave them bags so that they can handle the waste. And all other activities has been told by my friends. I would end with a vote of thanks to AMC, NSS, NCC, and now we started with a youth brigade, but now we are a youth army with around 25 volunteers with us, working for the same cause, working and fighting for the same cause.
One of another initiative is the wall painting. It comes out of the idea that people need to feel proud of their surroundings and the place where they live in. So we identified the dirtiest prominent spots in the old city, and we're painting very encouraging sort of posters and contextual art, which sort of makes us comment or something about the place, and in a way it's a manner of space making and changing where people live. So those sort of initiatives at almost 7 to 8 places in the city. One has already been done and people are already trying to make it profile pictures and things like that, so it's already creating a buzz.
As a part of the initiative, about 6,000 non-woven bags made of eco-friendly material were distributed free in commercial zones. And a Ravan made of waste plastic bottles was symbolically brought down.
The
great Dalpat Ram, the founder of Gujarati language, and we are doing this plastic Ravan Dahan over here because he used to go from pole to pole, preach people about cleanliness and its effect. So the entire Ravan made of plastic symbolizes our war against waste and garbage and making Ahmedabad a World Heritage City by making it clean and garbage free.
The Lucknow Youth Brigade took the charge to transform the Charbagh railway station and completed a brilliant and successful 3-month run to restore the original glory of the historic railway station.
And today we are working for the cleanliness of Charbagh, and this whole campaign is just being driven for awareness among the people and public that yes, this is our Charbagh and we have to keep it clean. And since cleanliness is our fundamental right, and hence we want to achieve it and we will achieve it.
We are working for a campaign right now wherein we want Charbagh to be a clean railway station. So we want people's support कि वो हमें आके यहाँ पे support करें and Charbagh को साफ रखने में हम लोगों की help करें.
The project looked very demanding for the size of the team involved. But with sheer determination and enthusiasm to bring about a change, the 20-member team crossed every hurdle swiftly.
Today we are driving an awareness campaign so that people become aware that they have to clean the station clean because it's their property. For this we have these children from the NGO Ehsas who are holding the posters to make people aware. Also we have organized the signature campaign in which we are making people aware so that they can sign and make a promise to keep the Charbagh railway station as clean as possible.
The task comprised working on arduous concerns, but with the help of the railway authorities, the Youth Brigade was able to efficiently carry out the task and brought in a significant change. The walls were scrubbed clean for the artists and served as a canvas for them to spread social messages. The I Lead India campaign urges you to stop pointing fingers and blaming others. Instead, it pushes you to stand up and be counted. Be the change you want to see around you. Stop pontificating and theorizing. Stop making tongue-in-cheek remarks. Stop taking digs at the government on social media. I Lead India is an initiative that liberates the inner self and calls for action. And not just mere talk. Lead India seeks to drive this change. And the change starts with you.
दोषी कहने